There we go. Hello, hello. Welcome to Peace Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint various miniatures and things like that on the internet. It's fun if you like miniatures. If you don't like miniatures, you can stay for the commentary. We talk about. Oh well, yeah, we just mostly talk about it. Anyway, if you do like miniatures, give us a like and subscribe because you'll probably dig. Oh, my mic's way over there today. Good thing I'm loud, huh? I'm still working with the camera and my new camera idea, which is working out really well. But it does make it where I've got to kind of figure out all the stuff, to make it easier and work better. So we're almost there. It's pretty awesome. I kind of like it. I dig this new setup. I think you guys will too. Speaking of which, let's get right over to that. I got so much work to do. I'm way behind. I'm not going as fast as I was with the Warhammer stuff. I did kind of start working on some base coats for some of these other ones. So let's see. Yeah, we got a couple of these in various stages of being finished. Different kind of trying to keep their colors kind of base and stuff like that. Except for this girl, she's my Pippi Longstocking kind of funny thing. Anyway, that's just me goofing off. We're almost done with these two. I feel like her shirt needs just a little bit more work, and then we need to do their bases. And I think I finally figured out what colors I wanted to do the rock. So I did this last night. You can see what it looked like prior to it, because it does look pretty much like it did when it had the zenithal highlight on there, which is what makes this stuff kind of easy to do. You can literally just kind of paint right over it, and it's gonna look great. So we'll just add a little bit of burnt umber here, and then probably some rough iron to those studs and finish it. Not a whole lot we really have to do to make this one rock and stone. Yep. So I think we're dry on all of our stuff here. So I want to get to work on this guy today and this guy. I'll try to get them knocked out, and then we'll move on to, I think we're just going to go ahead and do up this bird with him on it. Or I might do up the bird and then do both these guys at the same time. I don't know. I haven't really decided. It's pretty much the same guy. Haven't played Deep Rock Galactic in a hot minute. It's a great game. Right. I haven't actually played it. I just know the references. I think they're hilarious. And then there's what's the metal band? There's the metal band that's the Dwarves. It's really funny. And actually, it's not. It isn't like horrible music. They don't. they put some work into it. So you're like, oh hey, go for it, guys. Good stuff. So anyway, that's the same guy riding the Griffith Axbeak, whatever this thing's supposed to be. So I don't know. But I think people probably want to see the bird get painted, the bird beast thing. It's a strange beast. Why do they always give dwarves like a weird Scottish blend accent? It's always this strange accent that, like, even people who aren't Scottish that make that Scottish accent, like me, are kind of faking it. You can fake a dwarf accent because it doesn't exactly sound like a real Scottish accent. I know real Scots, and I've been to Scotland. I know how they actually sound. Because I watch Rangers, which is a Scottish football team from Glasgow. And so, like, when you listen to the Scottish commentators, like, you know what Scottish really sounds like. But, like, dwarf is this weird, like, I don't know, it's like almost Scottish. I don't know why they do that. They always do that in almost every single movie that they've ever had a dwarf in. It's just how it goes, I guess. Alright, so let's just set green on top, and I'm just back with as the base, and come back and doing just a little bit of this first green after we put in the coat, our wash. And we want that wash kind of still be a little bit oily, just a little bit grimy in places, but it doesn't have to be everywhere. Wind Rose did that one dwarf sauce. I'm a dwarf. Yeah, diggy hole. Yeah, that's the one. They did like a dwarf song. It's pretty funny. And then there's another one that does a rockin' stone song where they sing a song that's, I think the current chorus is Rockin' Stone. It may even be the same people. It's just another song that they do. I don't know the bands that well. I listen to a wide variety of music, but often I'm not paying attention to like who's singing it exactly. I just will look over and see a video or just be listening to something in the car. I really like listening to music that way. I get a whole lot less worried about who I'm listening to and just enjoy what I'm hearing. It's just fun. Or sometimes not enjoy what I'm hearing, which is really weird because sometimes I'll listen to stuff I don't like. Yeah, Space Force is fun. I think that is a lot of why they went the way they went with the Leagues of Voltan or Votan or whatever it is. Votan. I think it's Votan, not Voltan. I keep wanting to say Voltron. That might be the Gen Xer in me showing there. Just a little. Okay, for all his fleshy bits, we're going to give him a little bit of a raw umber wash. And one for his beard too. Just tone that down. Now I'll use umber here instead of like a black or even a red, just because I like the muddiness of it. I like the dirtiness of it. It looks appropriately grimy. Like it looks like, you know, it's a dirty old dwarf. We can come back and clean them up as much as we want, but you know, warriors when they're out in the ish aren't typically like completely cleaned and yeah. Some of them are. I mean, I would suppose the royal guard would be. This guy is okay if we can make him a little dirty. And then we'll clean him up in a little bit. Let that dry out. I want to get to those bottles and that math. Oh, if you haven't checked out the new short, go check that out. Lord of Contagion is out today. It fell off. It was really weird. So like, I watch what like happens with the different shorts and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of because it's really interesting to watch how the videos perform and stuff like that. And today was some sort of big drop off in my normal viewing. It's supposed the same time of day, same kind of video, same things. Tags were pretty much the same, and this one fell off. I don't know why. So it's pretty interesting. So I kind of wonder. Actually, I want to take a look at it real quick. To wonder what happened. Yeah, cause see, it's stuck at 26 views, 3 likes, which is wild. I mean, that's a pretty decent little like ratio for videos like that, and it's still just like sitting there, which is, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just obsessing over things that don't matter all that much. You never know. All right, so this guy. Got a couple of choices we gotta make. Let's go ahead and we gotta decide if we really like that color on his shirt. Honestly, that's one of the things I was looking at. Because if we want to change it, now would be the time. Before we get too far off into it. Yellow would look good. I like that idea. So, especially with him having a black beard. Alright, so this is, here's my yellow trick. There's a couple different ways you could do it. We could go ahead and keep that Naples yellow. It'll work. But this is a pink. So it's actually pale rose blush is the name of this pink. It's a very light, fleshy tone. Everybody talks about how hard it is to get yellow to stand out, and this is how I do it. I base coat it in pink. And then I come back, and you could base coat it in that Naples yellow too. This would still work. We could leave this alone if we wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on there just to even out the color tones. We don't want them to look like two completely different colors, because they will. It'll look a little different. It'll look almost like patchwork, and we don't necessarily want that. It's not for this guy. My dang hands have gotten so droppy as I've gotten older. See, and as soon as I did that, you see how that little stud popped out? Oh, I think you can see it. Can you see it? And I really dig this new setup. And you can see it. Yo, man. Alright, so right here, that is a support for the from when it 3D printed. There's another one right there. I think I got it, but it's so close to the rest of his arm it won't make a big difference. I think the brush swiped through there anyway, so we should be okay. But that definitely helps get rid of it. All right. This is so funny. The solution to this camera was taping a magnifying glass to the front of it. that's some bush work right there, man. That's putting no noodle to it. Oh yeah, yellow's gonna fly. And that way we can make that look that white, and it'll look really good. And this guy will look. This guy's gonna look awesome. And I like the idea of making it colorful because, like, a lot of times, like, when you read Tolkien, they all have a lot of times they have different colored hoods. And then you watch I think Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. They all have little bits of different colors and stuff like that to them. Oh, okay. Here's another big question. Do we want to... I guess we should make this lighting have an OSL. So... It looks good. The prodigal son returned, finally. For those of you who don't watch the show often, let's talk about the prodigal son now that he's come back. There's a big old... That's one of my hairs stuck in him. Come out of there. Anyway, this guy... I've had this brush for a while. My kids got a hold of it and kind of got wrecked, and so it frayed because it's a synthetic brush, so it frayed it, and it became this perfect like dry brush for zenithal miniatures. I don't necessarily recommend that you go out and destroy a brush, but this ain't bad. Got a little too much in there. You really get that lightened up bad. I'm gonna take a little bit. You want to get your brush loaded very evenly. The thing about dry brushes is that you want them to be able to kind of put the paint in there and dry. And since we're trying to create a light effect in there, we want this all whitened up, but not in a way that obscures all these details. So we don't want a lot of wet paint running into the cracks and whatnot. We can come back and do his beard in a minute. And we're actually probably going to lighten out some of his beard, so we want all this area to kind of get a little bit of a coloration to it. Make sure you don't have any shadows here. It's kind of wild because it's like opposite of what we typically do, where we're trying to change the contrast. Here you want all that through just a little bit more white, just a little concentration of it. Kind of make sure we're gonna get it all lit up properly. Okay. I'm gonna let that start drying up for a second, and while we're doing that, we'll work on some of this other stuff. You want to make these two tassels a different color. Be fun to write some runes on it. And it's a good color break. One of the things you want to think about when you're doing things is like, how do you break up the color? Like, what do we want to do to go to make this part stand out? Because if we had made this like a dark green or something that was close to this color, if you'd have made it just another red on top of there, it would look like it was part of this cloak, which obviously it's something else. I'm not sure what the original artist intended it to be, which is fine. You get to determine what it is, which is the fun part about miniature painting. So determine what it is, and then just think about with your color scheme how you want the color break to look. Because we could have easily gone with a brighter blue or an orange or purple, like a bright lavender purple. You can do all sorts of things. You just want to change your color tone there. So you want to go from like a darker, deeper color to a brighter version of a color. Anyway, that's me just ranting about painting. Like I said in the beginning, if you're not here to listen to somebody talk about painting, you're probably not the place for you. But it might be. You don't know. Maybe you're gonna watch this and you're like, you know what? At first, I didn't think I wanted to try painting. Now I kind of do try painting because that looks like a lot of fun, and it can be a whole lot of fun. The main thing to do is remember that this takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience. 3D printers are making it a whole lot more affordable though, which is super nice. Now you can get a 3D printer and start printing out pieces and painting them. To pay a little fee to get a hold of the print, or the STL is what they call it. It's a type of file that your printer uses to print stuff. Pretty cool. little Windsor blue there. Fun color for the book there. I'm thinking. All right, so now. We're just gonna kind of add that yellow. And this is this is a very, very simple way to do this. You can expand on it, make it a little bit more detailed, more noticeable. But I don't think I necessarily need to do that a lot. Today, go ahead and do the same thing. This is a cadmium yellow light or medium. This is the medium. All the times keeping it simple is the way to go, and it'll be very effective, especially as we get the rest of the stuff kind of cued into it. It has a whole other scroll there. We still want it to be nice and shady. So put a Naples yellows down, and then that is a raw umber on top of it. You can see where that light would be shining. We'd have a little bit of a glow, but not too much. Do the same thing here around the tips of that. I'm just gonna keep working it around as you're working everything else. You'll kind of see where it needs to go. Oh, it's blowing up over there. This is a dark silver metallic. Just want to grab the very edges of it like that. Just enough to kind of separate it. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Tell myself that as well as you. I think I might actually, for his I don't know if I like it. I think I want to do it like this. We do a little experiment. We'll see. Well, not experiment for me. You guys can see what I wanted, what the difference is. So the other one was just paint, right? Which is totally fine if that's what you got. You can also run down to the store. Get yourself some inks. An ink is just a different, it's just going to have a different quality of color. And you can kind of see, very different. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll do that later, but you guys get the idea. That's kind of a fun thing to show. The differences and the things you can do with all of that. Okay. Come in, you start doing some bronze stuff. This little beard holder. Some other metal. You guys are covered in metal. What you would think, you know, dwarves and all. They should be kind of covered in metal. Just keep going around, make sure you're picking out pieces. Come back with that bronze again here in just a second. Keep painting this part metal, but I that really should be leather. Hey, how's it going, my friend? Good morning to you. Salutations. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Konnichiwa. Let's see. Guten Morgen. Or Guten Tag. Or simply Tag. Trying to roll them. I don't know if I can. Would make more sense for it to be metal, honestly, though. I'm gonna toss up with it. I like to have the idea of the color break, but then again, you know, drop some wash on it, it'll just look kind of black and go on with it. It'll look like dirty old metallic, and it'll be fine. And it'll stop pushing. Got myself some Death Shroud. Heck yeah. And instantly know about a painting them. I'm painting a Croxagore now. Fun. One of the things to remember is you can always strip it. If you don't like a paint job, you can always strip it. Unless it's a kit bash, and then you're tempting fate. If I'm honest. If you're playing games like that with a kit bash, you are definitely tempting fate. Yeah, see, this guy does me so weird. Like, I keep thinking that some of them have gloves on and some of them don't. It might just be the printer. I keep trying to figure out if these are bracers or gloves. I'm going with bracers. I don't know why dwarves would wear gloves. Their hands are rough as hell. At least that's the idea. I think I just put the wrong color on there. I did. That's okay. When you're dealing with so many browns, it's easy to make a mistake. So just clean it up real quick, and then put the right color on there. Especially because these two browns are right next to each other, and they look very much alike. That's that knowing what it's gonna look like when it dries mentality. Oh, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. We're still in the beginning stages of all of this. I do like the little lighting. We are definitely gonna go and like now. See, now it's dry. You can really see how just regular paint versus the white with ink on it, how much different it looks. There's almost like a shine to it, and that comes from the ink itself because of the medium that. Because remember, your paint, all your things have two different deals. You have pigments and mediums, and ink, the medium that is delivering the pigment is typically glossier, and so you're going to have like a glossier look to it. It's also thinner, and there's a bunch of different things about ink versus like paint itself. Just as a small aside of how all of it works, I guess. I like the idea of being able to really darken up his hair too, since we went ahead with the OSL over part of his. We've also got this guy we're working on. He's getting close to being done. We're waiting some stuff to dry. I'm trying to get to these models today. So I guess we could do that. Probably need to let a little bit of this dry up for a second. Hey, makeup is fun. I did makeup in high school. I did when I was in the drama club and stuff like that. I did makeup, and I did a lot of posters and stuff like that. It was fun. Drawing posters, play posters was a lot of fun. Wasn't really movie posters, play posters. There we go. Kind of hard to keep an eye over there on that camera. But I really think this magnifying glass is making a huge difference in the quality of the video, the stream and video, of the video itself. It definitely really helps with it. Focusing, that's real. Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. We need to lighten them up first so that the wash will stand out. And I'm actually probably gonna ink them because the ink is gonna look a little bit better. But I'm gonna wipe them first and then we'll put the ink over them. And really, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. So it kind of just depends on what you're looking to do. But you can also make it look like we could do 3 different, like a blue. There's like, oh, let's look at an orange. Where's that red? Yeah, that red. A teal red, and then where's the bright green one? One more to go. One more. And the reason I put the red in between is blue next to green can fade out a little bit. You need some breaks between that. Especially because the blue I wanted to use is like a teal. corks on them. It's a yellow ochre. Ah, come on. Come on, camera. You were doing so good. Now it's mad. It's because I talk too much about it. Come on, right here. Right here, camera. Camera's low on sugar. Right. Come on. Almost. It almost got it. It almost got it there. That's a little bit better. All right. Maybe it got too bright. Or not bright enough. Still kind of cycling through everything. HP, mana, and green potions. That's right, stamina. Right? Mana, HP, and stamina, right? Do. Everything a growing boy needs. Dwarf. Boy. Guy. Pretty sure this one's a masculine one because the girls definitely look like girls. All right. So let's see. Get his. I want to do his. Finish up his beard and face. I'm still letting that other guy dry up. Coming through with one more coat of this pretty thin orange cadmium. Just kind of attend to anything that maybe the wash got too dark. Before we come back and put in the blonde part of it to highlight it all out. Camera acting crazy again. Come on now. It does not like this guy. It's because he's the rogue. He's hard to see. If we come out that way. There we go. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't like looking down. The camera has vertigo. It don't want to look straight down, especially when it's having a problem. Yeah, that's much better. Maybe I nudged it and didn't realize it. That definitely happens. It shows you just kind of a different way to get kind of a redhead looking look. Redhead look. This will be a little bit more of a blonde. By the time it's all said and done. The thing about this Naples is it will dry a lot less bright than it goes on. So right now it's going to look pretty. It's going to look pretty yellow and pretty blonde. But as it sits and dries, it will get a little bit more of that red to it. And you could always just add more cadmium back to it if you felt like it was, you wanted it redder or whatever. I'm kind of trying to make him look a little bit more like blonde. that has maybe some red tips to it. Or red bits to it. We may decide we want to lighten it up even more. It may still be too dark. It's hard to tell, especially with this light down. Bring it back up. A little bit more cadmium right in the know that those are dried up. Just a little. This is just kind of that reflection, so they look a little bit like glass. Pick out a little bit of these spikes, maybe a little bit. You can see they're washed out a little bit heavy in there. Maybe even just bring a touch of it back. Kind of spotty and splotchy. And do that buckle. Come back and highlight some of these other parts. Do his hands. And a little bit on his face too. That's the Pelrose blush now. Just a few little spots. Really hard to get to his eyes, all the way up in those hoods. Way in there. All right, let's see. Okay. A little Naples yellow here on his eyebrows. Come back with just a touch of that cadmium orange. Ooh, that might be too much. You got eyebrows now. That's a little bit of Naples yellow back. Just to kind of chill it out a little bit. Yeah, definitely getting somewhere with this. Nope, almost time to close up for the day. Which leaves us plenty of work to do on these guys tomorrow. Go ahead and kind of knock out a little bit of that. Oh yeah. I don't expect to have this guy for long. I imagine he will sell very quickly. He's got too much of that adventurer look to him. He looks ready to go play Dungeons and Dragons. That's your dwarf rogue right there. He is. I mean, obviously we have a few more things we want to do to him, but pretty snazzy looking already. Don't forget to breathe. Absolutely, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right, I think we're going to wrap up here in just anyway. Do his little buckles. Yeah, he's starting to look fly. Fly Froghurst. Okay. We do the thingy thing. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody who comes by and watches these shows. Thank you for Sir McBeardsly and Film for the awesome conversation. Always nice to have people to chat when we can get them. But that is not a requirement. Please don't think that. I feel like you have to chat with me. It's not That's not how it works. If you want to talk, I absolutely enjoy it. So please feel free to holler, ask questions, or just shout out whatever. It's totally fine. And if not, you just want to watch, totally cool too. If you did like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe. That's super helpful. Helps push us around the algorithm, which obviously is having a trouble with me today because I got I don't know. I guess I got a shadow ban. I lost like 2 subscribers and my video stops going crazy. So maybe somebody, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand this enough to know what happened. I just know that like it was going really great and then it stopped, and it does that every time it like kind of starts going. It like, I don't know. I don't know what it is because you'll do the same. You do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and then it like locks up. You're like, what? So, anywho, I hope you guys have a great day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody else. Be good to people you don't know. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.